This is going to be my last Battlefield video. Before launch tomorrow. I was already allowed to play Battlefield 6 in a review session, and I'm not talking about betas or some pre-alpha, you name it, test version, but the real deal. The thing we all can play tomorrow at launch. I've been able to play a test, dive into it, and see what the release version of Battlefield 6 is like. And I'm sharing those impressions with you now in this video. First, of course, thank you to all of you for watching the video in such numbers and for subscribing and all that. The journey of Battlefield 6 and my channel has only just begun, so to speak. And of course, thanks to everyone at EA who made it possible for me to be there the whole time in the play sessions in LA, of course. That was an absolute banger. And also now in these review sessions to see what they've cooked up overall. But it was also ultra interesting to see this development in all of the feedback sessions, how the whole thing evolved. But what I am talking about, you want to see the game. Well, you already see it. This isn't beta footage. No, this is the real deal. As I said, this is Battlefield 6. And I'm telling you, it has everything a Battlefield game needs. Let's put it this way, if Battlefield 3, 4 and Battlefield 5 had a children from a very strange love triangle, that child would be Battlefield 6. That's how I see it. And I think that's how it plays too. The smooth movement, how it can move across the map, the very, very smooth vehicle gameplay, which still feels really powerful and crisp, and the map sizes are somehow similar to Battlefield 5. The vibe, the setting, that modern military shooter thing, that all comes from Battlefield 3 and 4, I'd say. And that is a truly successful melange of Battlefield elements. As was said in a quote from before, this is taken from it. They took the best things from all Battlefield installments, put them together, and that becomes Battlefield 6. You can actually say that, and that's how it plays. I've actually played pretty much all the maps that will be available at launch, although we're already getting the first season with the next map on the 28th, like in 10 days. And then in the next month, we'll get the next map. Content galore until the end of this year. Well, galore is a bit exaggerated, but there are 2 more maps and a variant of an existing map in December, plus new weapons, new vehicles, etc. If they continue this pace in the upcoming seasons, then we can all definitely be happy and have plenty of grind. There's plenty to unlock too, so you obviously have to grind through all the weapons, vehicles, etc., level them up and unlock the attachments so the weapons become genuinely good. And I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. Sometimes, in some games, it's like, yeah, the attachments are a little bit better, make the weapons a little bit cooler and better to play. With the attachment system in Battlefield 6, it makes a massive difference. So you really notice how the weapons get better with every attachment you add. Plus, we have the system where every attachment costs points. You have 100 points available in total, and the dopest and best attachments cost more points than the simpler ones. So you can definitely build some sick variants. Plus, it has the effect that you won't always take the same attachments for every variant, for every weapon. Because if you want to optimize a weapon for close combat, you have to see how you distribute those points so it works out properly. So I think this point system in the Gunsmith is a really good solution. Going back to the maps. As a Battlefield veteran, so to speak, I've been playing Battlefield for a long time and a lot. I'd say the maps are actually on the smaller side so far. You can't argue that away, and despite all the hype, etc., there will certainly be some people who find it a bit jarring that the maps aren't that big. I've said it 100,000 times that I really like those Battlefield 5 map sizes because they are a bit more compact, because they are a bit more action-packed, and you don't have those long stretches between the points. I'd say that Operation Firestorm, that remake, is already the largest map available at launch. What comes next, we'll have to see, but you should be prepared for lots of action, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And I think that's awesome. We were able to grind a lot, but we are still far away from having unlocked everything there is in this game logically. That takes a while, of course, and that's a good thing that you always have something to do on this side of the game too. Sure, a game should be dope on its own and lure you in to play it. Lure is maybe the wrong word, but you know what I mean. And you don't always necessarily need a carrot dangling in front of you to want to play the game when it's sick. but it's still like a nice side effect. Here you always have some kind of challenges. If I had to say something negative about it, sometimes it actually feels a bit like homework. Every game has those mechanics now, but you can also look past it. I mean, unless you need a task to unlock a weapon, then that's just how it is. Still, you always have something to do. There are weekly tasks, there are daily tasks, there are general challenges for classes, maps, modes and weapons. As I said, you only get some weapons once you've completed certain tasks for a class. For example, things like that. Briefly about vehicles. Tanks and everything that creeps and crawls on the ground plays fantastically, I think. Especially the infantry fighting vehicles with the TOWs. I said in one session, I think I found what I like best in Battlefield 6 so far. That's the TOW rockets from the IFVs. It's so much fun shooting down helicopters with these. So it's strong, let's just say it like that. It's really incredible fun. The attack helicopters plays like in the old games. It's really fun whether you're the gunner or the pilot. Super cool feeling. It's a blast. Now for something I didn't like as much. That also has to be said. A video like this has to be able to handle it, and we know with Battlefield you'll never quite like something. That's always been the case in every Battlefield, and it is in this one too, at least for me, the jet gameplay. I have a few little issues with that, if I'm honest. I've mentioned this in a video before, and it's much better now than it was. No doubt about that, dude. But yeah, I've definitely warmed up to it. However, I still don't find it truly dope. I'm sorry, but it has to be said. I think the time to kill between jets is way too short. You don't even have to track properly. So if you hit really well, the opponents is down pretty quick, I have to say. Overall, I still have a few problems. Maybe this is something you learn to deal with better over time. This whole jet gameplay, I don't know right now, but we'll have to wait and see what comes of it. And don't get me wrong, it's not crap or anything. It's just that for me personally, because I fly a lot of planes in Battlefield and it's not as much fun as in other installments, let's put it that way. Although it's better than 2042. I found Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1 and 4 somehow a little, I don't want to say more challenging. It just doesn't feel as polished to me yet. But again, a reminder, planes have always played differently in Battlefield games, so it might just be a matter of getting used to it. And eventually, I'll be like, this is totally sick. So definitely leave us up, because maybe there will be an update to this opinion soon. And anyway, there will naturally be tons of Battlefield 6 videos coming soon. So definitely leave us up, like the video, leave a comment about whether you're excited, what you're most looking forward to in Battlefield 6. Etc. Let's quickly sneak in a personal ad block. If you buy Battlefield at EA.com or in the EA app, either now or when it comes out, you can use my promo code LUC001. LUC001. I get a little bit of kickback. That would be very nice. By the way, you can also use it for EA Play Pro. There's a 16% discount if you enter it in the shopping cart. I think it's valid until November 15th. This only counts in the EA app, and if you buy it there, only for the annual plan. That was a quick ad block. No one can complain, right? Nope. No complaints. Okay, if I had to name one negative thing about the gameplay, I think the camera is too close to the vehicles. That would be one thing. I think it should be further away, so that comes to mind right away. Also, the assault soldier with a shotgun and primary weapon, or two primary weapons. I haven't warmed up to that either. I don't know. It doesn't have to be a thing for me. The menu is a bit cluttered. They could add a bit more color separation or something. And the fact that you can't steer in the jet in free look mode bothers me too. They are minor things, I guess, right? But as I said, you always find something if you look for something. So, those would be the negative points in the game. Maybe the carrot dangling in front of your nose too, but that's about it. I think the game is incredibly fun, and I'm really hyped for it to play. And of course, there will be also tutorials for Battlefield 6, like jets, weapons, I don't know, everything. Generally, I'll still have to prepare and think up a few things. If you have an idea of what you want to see, definitely write it in the comments down below. No matter what, write it in the comments, anything, and I'll see you on the battlefield. For me, it's genuinely an unreserved buy recommendation. I think this game is going to hit like a grenade, like in Battlefield. those things also hit. I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the little review. I know it sounds a bit like an ad, but the game is just sick. What can I do? But just see for yourself. It's that simple. And then you can write in the comments whether I talked crap or not. That kind of thing. See you in the next video and leave a sub. Bye.